hello. Welcome to another edition of the Coaching Hour. It's brought to you in partnership with Coaches Network South Africa. I'm Paul Rotherham. It's great to welcome you to another edition where I'm joined this week not by two, but by three roses. And the third rose is very important, as we'll be hearing in a moment from Mareka. Mareka and Mary join me as always. Nice to have you with us, ladies. Mareka, take it away. We've got a fantastic guest joining us today.
We do, Paul. Today we have the beautiful and dynamic Isobel Esterhuyse with us. She's a mental health and performance specialist and also co-owner of Transformation Coaching Academy. So what makes Isobel so special is that Isobel and her husband Burke owns Transformation Coaching Academy, and they are responsible for myself and Mary's coaching training. So they've taught us all these beautiful transformation tools that we use with our clients. And it's such an honor to have Isobel with us today because she inspires us. We look up to her. Their dedication to personal development is next level. So Isobel, before we get into the topic, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Please give us just some brief background on who's Isobel, how did you get into this journey, and where you are today and from where you started.
This was stuff that wasn't like taught to us in a mundane in the school system and our peers and environment and, our religion. It's like, it wasn't there. And it was like, what? And we got so motivated and inspired. We're like, we got to share this. We got to share this. We got to help other people also. So my husband went from farmer, we like used to grow plants. So he said like, no, let's go grow people. Let's make that our business. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So each one of us went on our own personal journey. And my personal one was really letting go of all my trauma, and I mean severe trauma as childhood trauma. And then from that mental victimhood, moving into confidence and then finding myself. And then I found out I'm a healer of hearts. I wanted to be a doctor. And I'm like, okay, that didn't work out, but there's like this passion and drive. But I want to be a healer. And then I discovered, but you know what? You're a healer of hearts. So I found my confidence, I found and discovered myself, who I am, who I can be, and I'm still on the journey of becoming. I don't think it ever stops. I still learn so much about myself. I'm still changing, I'm still falling, I'm still having setbacks. And that's not the important things. It's what I choose and what I become from these experiences. And I'm still going, I'm still becoming, and it's a fantastic journey. And so now I'm on a mission. I'm like, you just have to share this. You have to motivate, inspire, encourage, lift, and heal not just lives, but hearts and minds. And yeah, that's how we ended up here. And this is our passion. We work just as much on ourselves than helping people. It's a never-ending journey.
I think that's what's so inspiring, that you constantly have to work on yourself and be congruent, to be the best, for other people as well. So the topic of today, we want to talk about, how to truly unearth your full potential. And I think it's inherent in every single person. If you even look at the Maslow hierarchy, self-actualization is something that is kind of inborn, in our spirit to really grow and find our best self. So what are a few of the things that people have to actually start off with? Where do you start? Because most people are on this journey and don't always know what to navigate, what to look out for, what they have to overcome to get there.
Yeah, well, my speciality, what I actually discovered, and this was also a personal journey for me. I recorded this personal journey and daily and making notes and having a journal. And that's why I chose being a mental health and performance specialist. It's what I discovered, you know, what does it take? What does it have? What do you need to discover about yourself and getting there? And it's so much more than just discovering yourself. Um, I mean, to be is to be perceived. And that for me was like to be is to be perceived. To be is to be perceived. It's not perceived by other people. It's how you perceive yourself.
Mm.
So in that journey, I was like, okay, how am I perceiving myself to, you know, um, be the best version I can be of myself, to be happy, being content, being fulfilled, going on this mission and having on this passion is to, okay, so to be is to be perceived. How do I perceive myself? So I'm like, okay, so that is the key. But that's not just the key. What I also realized is you don't get what you want, you get who you are.
Mm.
And that journey starts with you. All your goals, all your dreams, it just starts with you. So in this journey, I was like, okay, Isobel, I have to go and reflect. Who are you? Who are you? Go and sit, who are you? And it's easy. I mean, you just have to close your eyes and you have to reflect around you. Who are you in your relationships? Who are you as a mother? Who are you as a friend? Who are you in your working place? Who are you when you are overwhelmed? Who are you when your finances? Who are you in your financial status? Who are you in your health? How are you showing up? So to really go and sit who you are. And when I went on that journey and I discovered, but that's where I actually have to start work. It's not just about taking actions. So I have these 4 pillars, and this is my foundation. So I call it my foundation. It consists of 4 layers of becoming. It's first the why, the who, the how, the what. The Again, the
Yes.
why, the who, the how, the what. So why? Why? What is the why? Why do you want this? Why
Mm.
why do you why do you want to get there? You have to like why. What gives you your direction? So when I like literally really sit and go and why? But why? What am I getting from this? So if you don't start with that basic question of why, then I mean, what is the reason going to be? You're not going to have a
Mm.
reason. Why do you want this? And then who? Who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? So who do I really want to be? And why do I want to be that?
Mm.
And the other one is how. You ask your question, how? Because how am I going to get there? How am I going to become this person?
Mm.
Because the how starts creating the momentum. And then lastly is the what. What are you going to do? What
Mm.
actions are you going to take? So yes,
Sure.
for me, it's a profound journey. It's a day-to-day working journey. You just don't let go. Once you have that momentum, you got to keep the momentum. Otherwise, you're just going to fall back. You
Mm.
immediately fall back. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
a very good foundation. And yeah, sorry, Mary, you want to ask?
It's interesting how you put the 4 pillars there, because I mean it's just a word, but it's deep.
mm,
So a lot of people, when you say, why do you want this?
mm,
They come up with superficial reasons why,
mm.
and then what is your suggestion to get deeper than the superficial why?
So the why is actually where the coaching then comes in, because when you get to the why do you want these things? Why do I want to become that person? Why do I want to achieve these things? When you really have to go deep, deep, is it maybe that um, you are insecure, you are finding fulfillment in it. And in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with it. But if your intentions are differently to why you want that, so you have to ask yourself the question, and that's where the coaching was. Is it because you are seeking recognition?
Approval. Yeah,
Yeah,
approval.
approval. So is it that? So yes, you're going to do a lot of things and you might get there. But at the end, because your intentions are not pure of why I'm not doing this, it's going to get back to you. So what later on happens, you're going to get, and I mean, we see that in all our influences and, major artists in life that actually they achieved their peak potential, but their whys wasn't really aligned. And those are important. It's not that they're not. It's important. If you want to be recognized, there's nothing wrong with it. But seeking the recognition because you're not recognizing yourself, we have to go deep and what is the root causes of that? And we have to, heal that, let it go. We have to solve that so that your whys, why you are doing this, needs to change. Your whys should be like, why? To make a difference, to live a meaningful and fulfilled life, to experience joy, to experience fun. And yes, if you want recognition, there's nothing wrong with it, but for the pure and right intention. So there's a lot of deep down layering in the why. So that's where the coaching comes in, where we really have to go to the root causes of why. So once we get that out of the way, I mean, the path is so much clearer. You're in a much better mental state and you're not seeking approval and, experience disappointment. And because you're on track with your why, you know exactly why I'm doing this and what's the reasons behind it, if that answers your question.
Yeah, that's excellent. Very well put. So people that are trapped, so now that they know the why, okay, they're trapped in a catch-22.
Mhm. Yes.
What advice do you have for that person?
Okay, so in that trapped, you have to discover, okay, who am I? Because why did you attract it? So who am I in this? Who am I allowing, attracting these things in my life? So you have to go, and that's my next step is who? Who are you? Who are you? And I ask myself every morning when I start before my meditations, my first thing is who? Closing my eyes, who are you? It needs to start reflecting, and I start looking for it first in my current situation, in my current reality right now. Who are you? So when you really go and dig deep, who are you? And you look, who am I? Who am I? You start looking for that. So yes, they might trap because who, and then they will find it and discover the why. So when you realize who I am and who I want to be, it's like a missing step. It's like we say, okay, I can build a bridge now from who you are currently and who you want to be. Because once we take bold like steps and we overcome this bridge, it's like, oh, okay, I can do this. I'm not trapped because you have everything you need. Once you know who you are, nothing can trap you. Because I think the major lesson for me in life is that, life is not fluent and, once you grow and you learn your book, you've got this up, everything is always going to be fun. When you look at the outside, there's always challenges because there's a diversity. There is the opposite of everything, and it's surrounded. We are surrounded in that. So stuff is going to be, so it's never going to disappear. But the fact is, who are you in every single situation? Who do you choose to be in this situation? And there's a lot of things like accepting where you are, accept what it is, and like, okay, asking the right question, okay, how am I going to get out of it? What can I do? Building a bridge and getting over it, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
They have to know where they want to be. Some people don't even know where they want to be.
Yeah.
That unfortunately is fortunately, it is. I think one of the biggest, most false people don't really know where they want to be and for what reasons, or they know they want to be there, but their reasons are not aligned actually why they want to be there. Yes.
Question for
I
you,
hope that
Isobel,
answers your question.
did you get the answer you wanted, Mary?
Yeah.
I don't want to digress, but it doesn't happen very often where we have a coach joining us who coaches coaches ultimately. So we do have coaches all the time, and they're all coaches in their own specific field. But you are someone who has taken, if I can refer to them as ordinary people, and you have grown them and developed them and skilled them and taught them how to be coaches. Mary and Mareka both did your course. So my question is, people who have been watching our videos and listening to our guests, and we've been going for a number of years now, who are perhaps thinking, wow, I've seen what Isobel's doing. I've heard Mary, I've heard Mareka. I would like to become a coach. I'd like to move into that space. What advice do you have for them? Where do they start? What do they do in terms of finding their niche? Because I'm sure you have seen many, many people come through your doors. As I say, you're coaching the coaches. And all these people, I'm sure, are vastly different. So what's your advice there?
The awakening of it all, I think the beauty that Burke and I see on a daily basis is, we all have this passion, helping people. I mean, that's why they want to become a coach. They want to help people. And it's when they start on this journey and then they realize, oh my word, I actually have to help myself first. So being a coach and helping others is to start your journey in coaching yourself, becoming your biggest supporter and start coaching yourself. Because the success of a coach, it's not what you do and the results that you get, is how aligned are you and how much the work you also putting into yourself. Because this is an ever evolving, and I mean, we are facing challenges all the time, and it's dealing with these challenges and finding yourself in it and who you want to become. So the beauty of really want to be a coach, if you want to coach, is like you have to open yourself and say, okay, like you got to show your vulnerabilities, because your stories and your coaching, because I think the biggest mistake out there is when you choose to be a coach is that you are perfect. I mean, I had a total breakdown 2, 3 years ago. I gained about 12 kgs. I had adrenal breakdown. I mean, it happened to me, and it sneaked in because you're so busy helping other people. And I was so fixated and like passionate and driven in helping other people. I forgot to help myself first. And it's an easy trap to just fall in. It's firstly, you're not perfect. I face challenges and setbacks, but the difference is I get back every single day. I questioned it, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of here? I refuse to accept defeat, and I take every single opportunity as opportunity for growth, and to show that vulnerability. And you gotta, if you want to really connect with your client and make a significant shift, is show your vulnerability. Guys, we are human. We face the same challenges, I mean, the same setbacks, but it's like how we drive and how we coach ourselves in getting out of there and asking for help. And, that's why I coach coaches, as because you sometimes at such a high peak that you forgot to get back to the basics. We forgot that. People, you put yourself like, okay, but you are sorted. You are all like, guys, I'm facing the same challenges every single day. But the difference is the actions that I take. The difference is, how disciplined and I am, and persistence and consistency. And it's those small, I call it basics. You just like sometimes forget about the basics. Just go back to the basics, setting your goals, setting your intention. Why? Like for me, it's these 4 pillars. It's the why, the who, the how, and the what. You got to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Who do I want to be? What am I willing to do to get there? And these things, it's these actions, it's these mindsets that we apply every single day in our lives where we achieve results. And that's what I use in my coaching. It's not like mundane and all the books that I'm reading and like, you got to do this and telling people what to do. I share my own life experiences, and that pushes me in being congruent. Like I'm sharing with I've just overcome. I've achieved it, so you can achieve it. And there was nothing for me, and now you are there. So this is a personal, and that's why there can never be too many coaches, because each one are so unique and individual with their stories and their journeys and with all the skills. So once you have a proven system that works, you got to integrate it with who you are and why do you want to become a coach. So the wake-up call is like when you realize, oh my word, I have lots of work to do on myself. And I'm still working on myself every single day, but I'm willing to, install these habits. And it's habits for success, it's habits for happiness, it's habits for health, in all areas of your life, relationships, your wealth, your business, your career, your passions, what drives you. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for opening up. Thanks, Isobel.
You're welcome.
So, Isobel, I love your 4 pillars, and the one that I actually think it's very important is that who question. I think that's where the nasty stuff comes out. If you ask
Yep.
yourself, who am I as a parent? Who am I in the traffic? Who am I, because then that's where you have to be honest with yourself because you're not always a very nice person.
So give us examples of the answer.
Yeah, I think what comes up is the vulnerability, and showing up is you gotta like asking that straightforward questions, like you just said, asking yourself, who am I in my relationship? Who am I in my traffic? In
A
the
doormat.
traffic, pardon?
They say I'm a doormat.
You see, I'm a doormat, and that was one of my stickers. I was a doormat. Yeah, who am I? And you got to be brutally honest, and because in that you find all your limiting beliefs. Because I mean, there's root causes. You have to go back. When did you decide this? And even beliefs that you accepted, negative emotions from maybe past experiences where there's still a lot of negative charges on that. So once you start your who am I, and I'm like, okay, so because there's always two opposites. So you can choose and be ignorant and just see the beauty and the blessings. But I sometimes have to reflect, who am I in this situation? And like you said, when this happened, who am I? Okay, good. So this is where I am right now. So who do you choose to be? And you start building a bridge. You start building a bridge because this is just a programmed mind. It's not set
Yes.
as who you really are. You choose who you want to be. And
Yeah.
that's a journey of becoming. Goals are there not to like give us satisfaction and a sense of approval and like, yeah, because I just want. Everything in life is a journey of becoming. This is a journey of becoming. I'm having these challenges and setbacks because it creates an opportunity for growth, which means becoming. So, me becoming that version. So, why do I want these goals? Why do I want this in life? Because it's a journey of becoming. I become because you have to become this person having that, being that. If you're going to do it for the wrong reasons, you might still achieve it. Listen, hard work, I've achieved many goals. Discipline, I've achieved many goals. But if you're not working on the why and who are you in that, what is it what you want from these goals? What are you seeking? You're going to end up achieving the goals but still feeling empty and unfulfilled. Okay, maybe the next one, maybe the next one. And you go on this journey achieving this stuff. You have to sit and be quiet and be honest with yourself and reflect as who do I want to be? What do I want to become? And the first thing is understanding that everything in life is about value. What value are you going to add? Because when you start adding value, you're going to determine your self-worth. And in your self-worth, you start realizing, but you know what? I'm adding value, so I'm worthy, so I deserve these things. And that's when you start to open up. And the major thing for me, the biggest lesson, and it's something that I really, for me, it's so important, is to just be you. You know, um, people pay you to be you and to be honest and to show your vulnerabilities and to just, and show them that it doesn't matter what happens, I still pick up myself and I move forward, and I'm not shy, and I will never stop sharing my vulnerabilities and journey in of who you are and what you want to become. Because yes, there's flaws, there's stuff, but it's like opportunities, like you said, for growth. It's opportunities for change. But it's creating that awareness. It's just creating that awareness. And now we are on a journey of becoming. The goals are just to give us the direction, and setting your goals, waking up earlier in the morning, setting your goals, your daily intentions, looking at it, meditate, really connect with yourself every day. Start with who am I? Who am I? And reflecting it in my current reality, okay, and then who am I and what do I wish to see? Because I first have to be it before I can become it. And it's convincing yourself and telling yourself every single day, who do you wish to be? I'm on a journey of becoming. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank
It's
you, Isobel.
a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. So just to wrap up our session, I think it's very powerful, these four pillars. And I think, if that's one big lesson that everybody can take out of this or something that they can apply, then, this session is very, what's the word? It can be life-changing if you actually apply it. So what morning routine perhaps could you suggest to bring in these 4 pillars if someone now decides, I've listened to this, now I'm going to start changing things in my life, or I want to choose who I want to become?
Okay, first thing, you're going to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Now you're going to be uncomfortable doing this, not for a week, not for a month, maybe for months and a year. Wake up early. You got to wake up early. Every single successful person out there wakes up early. And no, it's not to watch and catch up on Facebook and WhatsApp. You wake up early to go and sit, and you got to reflect, and you got to look at your goals. You got to look, close your eyes. You got to focus on who I am. I have my rituals every single morning without fail. Guys, this is without fail. You got to do it because we are in life. We are overwhelmed with so much input from all around. If you don't set your clear intentions for the day and you're not looking at your goals, you are not putting yourself in the direction where you want to go. Because I mean, becoming that person, achieving all of their goals, getting there, you got to start creating momentum. So there's going to be no momentum. You wake up and you're like, rush, you start your day. You're going to be overwhelmed with all the challenges and stuff out there. You're not even on the direction. You're not steering your mind. You're not having the awareness. You're not pushing yourself where you want to be, achieving your goals. Because, I mean, there's certain actions that you would like wish to do every single day. If you want health, I mean, your eating plan, what are you giving your body? Exercising, you got to input. So waking up early is not just seeing that and putting the intention, is having and setting your action plan for today ready. And you do your best to stick with it. I mean, again, life happens. So I have a list every morning, let's say it's 10 or 12 things that for this is for today. I start doing and applying, having my momentum, my awareness, my status. I start ticking. If there's 1 or 2 I didn't achieve because of stuff happening, it's okay. Because I mean, look, I achieved 8 of the 11 or 12, like high five. No, and that's like, you also have to be gentle with yourself. It's all just about creating momentum. So you're waking up early. I mean, looking after your body. I mean, energy. You got to have energy. Implement and install healthy habits to create energy. If you want to achieve your goals, you got to feel great. You got to have the energy. I'm sorry. You're not going to achieve your goals if you are tired and exhausted and you're not willing. You are trapped in a rat race and like, waking up, going back to work, and but I'm so exhausted. I don't have the time. Do you know my schedule? Listen, people love to convince me of their challenges and trauma. Listen, I gotta listen because they do their best. They use all this energy to convince me why they cannot. I'm like, okay, but you're gonna be the rat staying in there. You got to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And the beauty of it, and I think most people are scared, it's small steps, guys. It's those small changes that you can make. Waking up early, knowing what you want to give you in the direction. Otherwise, you're going to be here, be there, be there. You got to be clear on what you want. And you're going to stay on that. And then having your action plans and then just create your momentum because that's the only way you're ever going to get where you want to be. And momentum, it's not like you're starting this engine and then along the way when you switch it off and then it's off for a week or 2 or a month. And then, okay, no, but you know what, next year, I don't know if you guys, but life is going. It's not waiting. Huh? And so once we have the momentum, we can also enjoy the journey because it's not a race, because it's a journey of becoming. So also enjoy this journey, but keep your momentum, keep your focus, and just keep going. And the rest in between, like I said, on your list, sometimes I could only tick 3 or 5. Major challenge happen. I'm like, okay, but I tick 3, 4, 5. It's fine. Tomorrow I go, but I never give up. You never give up. You just have to keep going.
As long as there's the progress, you're going for.
Yes,
Absolutely. Thank you, Isobel. This is very insightful. It's something new that I'm going to add. I think I don't ask myself often enough, who am I in these situations, to identify what I still need to work on. So thank you so much. This was a really great session. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Isobel Esterhuyse, our guest today. That is the coach who coached both Mary and Marika. A pleasure having you with us. Thank you for joining us. Marika, as always, dankie, and to Mary as well. Thank you very much. And of course, all the details will be in the description. Remember as well to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, is it simply called Coaches Network SA?
Yes, it's actually called the Coaching Hour now, Paul, so that we link it to our podcast. So the Coaching Hour.
Brilliant. The Coaching Hour. There you go. You heard it from Marika. That's it from us for this episode, and we do look forward to your company on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.